I've never been innocent. I'm at a seminar in the city, guess who's the elephant? Is it wrong to be different? I need to strengthen religion, but it conflicts in my vision. My brain's like marbles scattered in opposite directions. I take heed for all of my lessons. I'm still alive, this shit is a blessing. Still got all of my dons in my section. That's real love, no tension. I said dons, I meant brothers, correction. London living.
That was Dotty with Gone With The Wind, featuring Charlie Rose. This is Deja Vu FM. I'm Lukan Online, taking you through till 3 p.m, bringing you all the best unsigned and independent artists in the UK. The time right now is 1:22. And right now we welcome our very first guest of the day. She was supposed to be here at about 12:45. It is 1:22. Her name's JAMILAH. She's in the building.
Hello, what's happening? You're killing us. You're killing us. You're killing us.
You know what?
I'm so sorry.
No, but you know what? I'm not even going to say much about it. You know why?
Why?
Because it's better than being stood up completely.
Oh my God.
Right? So let's.
It's a work in progress.
It's a work in progress. Yeah. So next time you'll be on time.
100%.
I
might even be early.
Well, the next time you might even be a day early. So, let's see how far we're going to work it. So JAMILAH's here in the building. So. Yeah, as I said before, last time you're supposed to be here, I mentioned it a little bit earlier in the show, probably about 18 months ago.
Yes.
Quite a while ago.
Yeah.
And lastminute.com, you said, oh, you know, I'm not going to make it no more. I'm not
I know,
coming
because
in.
I think I had to leave London.
Whatever.
I'm not from
then-
here. Did you put in that information?
I don't care, right? And then the very next day, not being from here, you were on West Side. That's how much I remember. I remember exactly what station it was. You're on West Side the very next day.
Was I?
Yes, you were.
But something would have legit came up. I would never
Yeah,
cancel.
like
Like,
you
I
couldn't bother
appreciate your time more than you
Like
can
you
imagine.
couldn't bother to get out of your bed. That's what happened.
Come on, this is the most exciting part about music. There's no way I would stay in bed for this. I'd lose sleep for this. Trust
Right,
me.
okay. Right, anyway, you are forgiven.
Thank you.
Because you made it in today.
Thank you so much.
How was that journey in?
Which journey in today?
Yeah.
Wait. Well, you saw me Uber driver. Please tell the people what happened.
That Uber driver couldn't drive. Like, I don't know what happened, but I told him to do a left turn and it was a madness. Like,
It was about a 7-point turn just to do that left turn.
it really was. It was
And
a very simple left turn as
I
well.
was on the other side of the road
Yeah.
for like 15 minutes.
What do you mean?
Like I was, across the road. Like when you
waiting
come
for him
out.
to pick you up?
No, like it would stop to cross the road. And I was like, this is when I rang you and I sent you the picture of that church. And then he took us all the way around
Oh, was
the
it a
circle.
church? I thought it was an estate.
Yeah, well,
Oh.
it was next to the estate.
Oh, right, okay.
And then he drove further up the road, and
Yeah.
then he was like, I'll do a U-turn. And
Yeah.
then he turned right, didn't do a U-turn, then
Yeah.
started driving like far. And I was like, I thought you were doing a U-turn.
But do you get charged for all that then?
I don't know, probably. I'll
That's
have
the
to check
trick.
my account.
You know, I'm going to be an Uber driver and plead ignorance and just drive to the end of the road every time.
Just hope that it's a foreigner who doesn't know where she's going.
Yeah, well, okay, so your accent is quite obviously not from London.
Are you joking? I thought I sounded like just...
Are
just
you
like
joking, lass? Where are you from? Geordie Shore?
Yeah, I'm from Newcastle. Oh, yeah. I'm from Newcastle.
What brings you to London today or this weekend?
Well,
this week.
just pushing this new record.
So
pushing the new record.
So what happens? Every time you got a new record or you're promoting something, do you feel you got to make the trip down to London?
Well, I come down for everything. I come down for studio. Like the producer that I work with is in Wood Green, and in the chocolate factory. So that's where that's my primary studio. Shows, a lot of the shows that I do are down here. Then obviously I come for radio as well. So anything to do with music, even events like. It's hard being an artist and not being in London because London is like the hub for music. And fortunately, when I finished my degree, I was able to move down for 2 years. So that kind of.
How long ago was that?
I moved down in 2013.
Because I see you quite often.
Yeah,
So-
I was
yeah.
there for a while.
So what happened?
Well, I just moved down. I was living in Canary Wharf, which was lovely. I wasn't
Canary Wharf?
Yeah, I wasn't far from here.
You're rich.
Yeah, I wasn't far from here. I was just at New Providence,
Why
next
would
to
you
the
live in
Radisson.
Canary Wharf?
Because my mum and dad weren't happy about us moving to London and said if you move in, you've got to live somewhere nice. So that was where I picked.
Nice. You just moved to Buckingham Palace. No one lives in Canary Wharf.
Yes, they do. I was on the 9th floor. There was loads of people under.
Oh, so you had a penthouse in Canary Wharf.
No, that wasn't a penthouse. The penthouse was like floor 18, please.
Wow. Okay, so now we're learning. JAMILAH's got money.
Stop it. So I was there for 2 years and it just meant that I could network and meet everybody because it's so cliquey as well. And if you're not from around here and people don't know you, it's like you're starting brand new every time you came down. So I had to move down, make sure that everybody knew who I was. Went all the events, did all the performances, and then it wasn't until when I went out, I wasn't introducing myself anymore, that I moved back.
Oh, okay.
Yes, I've got a house.
Was that the plan?
Yeah, well, that was the plan. I was only coming down to get the work done. So once I'd done the work that I needed, and it wasn't a case where when I went to an event, I was like, hi, I'm JAMILAH. Like, people already knew, oh, you were the singer, da-da-da-da-da. And I had loads of friends within the industry, so I was like, well, my job's here, done. Like, I have a little boy, he stayed in Newcastle, so I was travelling backwards and
so how
forwards
was
all the
that?
time. Really, really difficult, but I was doing the drive once a week.
How old was he at the time?
He was 3 at the time.
Wow.
Yeah, he was 3 at the time. So it was kind of a good time because he didn't really ask questions.
Yeah.
And he was young, but obviously I was coming back and some forwards. And then after after a year and a half, he was obviously a little bit older. And he's like, well, Mum, when are you coming back? And I was like, well, I'll be back in 6 days. Yeah. And then it got to a point where I couldn't move back, so we bought a house. Now I do the gardening, which I couldn't do in Canary Wharf.
Oh wait, on the 9th floor.
Couldn't.
So would you not think about moving to London permanently?
I would, but if I did, I'd have to be buying a house, and I need a garden, a massive one. It'd have to be better than Canary Wharf.
Why would you need a garden?
Because I've got a little boy who loves to play out. He's got an amazing network of mates.
But there's parks everywhere.
I'm not trying to play in a park. I need a garden in a nice estate. That's what I need. And unless I can have what I've got at home here, it makes no sense.
Unlucky. Well, yeah, you better off staying where you are then.
Exactly. And I mean, the travel's not bad. I enjoy it. It's always it feels like a little holiday.
The travel's not bad?
Yeah.
How long does it take? On the fastest train?
On the train, 3.5.
3.5 hours?
But I'm a massive reader, so I just read.
I can't think of anything worse.
Really?
3.5 hours?
Yeah, that's not bad at all.
It took me about 2.5 to get to Manchester.
What train were you on?
Virgin.
I will use the Virgin. It takes 3.5 from Newcastle to King's Cross.
Is it?
Yep. But Manchester's kind of out of the way. Did you get a direct train?
I can't remember now.
It's to the west.
I can't remember.
Yeah, so
I hate
Newcastle's
traveling.
a straight line. Oh, I'm so used to it. I've been doing it for as long as I can remember.
Would you ever drive down?
Yeah, I've done the drive. Well, I did the drive every week.
And how long was that take? That must be about 7 hours.
No, it took us 5.
No
I'm a
way.
driver. Yeah, trust me.
5. It took us 4.5 to get to Manchester. And I know that for a fact.
You must have been in a 3-wheeler. No, but I'm a driver, but there's a science to it. You have to do it at the right time. Either leave 12 o'clock at night or leave at 5, 6 in the morning. Because if you leave in any time in between, it's going to be long because you're going to hit traffic and stuff like that. In order to miss all of that and make it a 5-hour journey, you have to be leaving at them times.
Okay.
So there's a way to do it.
Well, I don't believe you. That's just too quick.
No, trust me, I've clocked the travelling game.
Do you get speeding tickets?
Well, I did. I was a reckless driver. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah.
So I feel like we can go there now.
Wait, let's do it.
I'm not that girl anymore. I'm a new woman now. I lost my license.
Really?
I will put my hands up and tell you that.
For what?
Well, for totting up.
Totting up.
For totting up. But it's okay. I'm back. I've got my pink license back, and I'm a new woman.
Totting up. That's hilarious.
Totting up. So now I drive at the speed limit. Now I don't park in disabled car parks. I don't park on
I do all the time.
See, so did I, but it's reckless, man. It's reckless. I owed TFL so much money when I lived here because I was driving when I came, and I just would drive park anyway. I'd go clubbing and leave me car somewhere, and I'd have a ticket. Who leaves tickets at 3 o'clock in the morning? Go home and go to sleep.
We've got to be smart about it. But do you because a lot of people don't feel bad about that. I'll get out my car. I'll park disabled and I'll get in my car and feel no way.
What, you don't limp out?
Well, I was going to say, are you one of the people that limps out?
100%. Yeah,
really? When I first started, I did actually have a limp.
Yeah, you have to. There's a technique.
And what's the technique? Just limp?
Yeah, you have to limp. You have to make it look
drag
like you've
your
got
foot.
pulling it arm up or
That
something.
is so out of order.
I know, because there's nothing worse than when there's a fellow disabled person alongside and they're like me.
Yeah.
You can't park there.
No, but I say I'm picking someone up from the shop. I say I'm picking up my nan or something.
Maybe mum. I'd be like, it's for me. I forgot my card at home.
Yeah. Or there's the parent, child and parent?
Baby. Well,
you're both, right?
Listen to this. My sister's got a baby, so I said, why don't I put a car seat in as well? So then obviously every time I take my niece out,
my days,
I'm not having to take out
the
car seat. So my sister bought us a car seat, so now I have a car seat in the back seat.
For no reason.
Well, it's obviously there for if she's ever around.
Which is how often?
No, I can't lie. I'm with her all the time.
Oh, fair enough.
I'm with her all the time. But it also works when she's not there when I'm at Morrison's and I want to get the fun. Because nobody wants to push the trolley to the end of the car park.
Well, my argument is that I'm both. I'm both a parent and a child. So therefore it's for me, right?
I mean, do you have a car seat?
Why? I'm a parent and
you have seen the picture on the road.
It's a child and parent, right?
It's a small child.
It doesn't say that. It's a child and parent.
The picture tells you.
I'm someone's child. I'm someone's parent. It's for me, no?
Look at you are the worst. I thought I was bad.
It's real.
I think I've met me matching you.
You probably have. So let's talk about when we first met. So it was a long time ago. I think Q introduced us.
Q, man like Q. Q the wolf.
I have not seen Q in ages.
And I have to concur with that. I haven't seen him in ages. He did message us the other day. He was like, he saw that I was coming down for the interview. He was like, "Oh, how long are you gonna be?" I told him, and I didn't hear back. He's a terrible friend.
Yeah.
I hope you're listening.
He's not listening.
I know, but I will send him the link.
He don't give me the time of day ever. Like.
No, but he's a proper good lad. Like we were best friends when I moved down.
Yeah.
I met him. I think maybe a couple of weeks after I like moved in.
Yeah.
And then we're literally inseparable. So he was the one. He was a massive help, especially for the music, because he introduced us to so many people.
Yeah.
And he took us around all of the events because he was like proper in amongst it.
Yeah, no, definitely. I think he still is. But
yes.
Is he still doing the Sundays?
I don't think he is.
Oh, he's not.
I mean, I think he's still a part of Acoustic Live, but I'm not sure if he's doing it directly. Like I know he's working. I think he's working as a manager for a woman, but I'm not sure.
You don't know who?
No.
Oh, okay. All right. Fair enough. Oh, well, big up Q if you are listening. Which
he's a serious guy.
You won't be. Okay, so Us. I want to play Us. No, what should I play first, furthermore?
I think you should play Us.
Okay, talk to me about Us.
Well, I worked on it with Knox Brown, who's a very, very, very sick producer. And I recorded it a couple of years ago. It was in Birmingham. And it was a great session. Like I stayed down for the day. And we banged it out like in just a few hours.
I've got a feeling that this might be the first track I ever got from you.
Is it?
I've got a feeling, I can't remember, but for some reason I've got that feeling. I don't know why.
Well, I recorded it at the same time I was recorded Battlefield of Love, but I did drop Battlefield of Love a lot later.
Did you? Yeah, that was quite loud because I remember getting it and you held back on that for a reason.
I did.
But
I loved it, and I wanted to do a video, and
yeah.
I had plans.
Fair enough.
That's the worst part as an artist, though, when you plan.
Why?
Because it never goes planned.
Let's play Us and we'll be back on the other side. Jamila's in the building.
Taking each heartache to find new thrills, and we're living life according to rules, because we are the.
That's Us by Jamilah here in the studio, Deja Vu FM. We're here every single Saturday from 12 till 3. Well, when I say we, I am. Jamilah's not knowing we're here.
I'm coming back, though.
Yeah, right, whatever. Well, I believe it when I see it. How often do people get your name wrong?
Oh, my God. All of the time. Even teachers that I had for years.
Really?
Yeah. And obviously I live in the Northeast as well, so tricky names are not really the end thing.
What's tricky about it?
Everything. The fact that they've never seen it on a register before. It's usually like John and Chris
and Jamilah.
No, I'm just, they're always like, I mean, I get
so
Sheila.
What'd you get? Sheila?
Jamila.
Sheila? Or a J?
Like, whenever I'm like at Morrison's, if I get a taxi.
Yeah.
Morrison's is where I shop, you see.
Okay, right,
you know how you've got to use the speaker. I'm like, hi for Jamila. They're like, Sheila, coming up. And I'm like, Jamila.
Can I say something? I get that as well, actually.
Do you? I feel like yours is quite.
But it's
rolls
not,
off your tongue.
It's not common, right?
No, it's
so,
not.
you know, half the time, like if I get Starbucks, what do you get at Starbucks? Like when they write your name on the cup.
Have you heard that they actually do it wrong on purpose?
Do they?
Yeah, so that's great PR because then everyone takes a picture and they're like, look what Starbucks have done.
Hilarious. That's quite smart, actually.
That's a really good marketing idea.
Well, I just give them a wrong name on purpose. They say, "What's your name, Gordon?" Like, I just
and they still get it wrong.
No, I don't care because you know I just can't because otherwise it's
infuriating.
You got to repeat yourself and sometimes even give them the spelling if you need to. I ain't got time for all that. I just want my hot chocolate and to go. So I just say, you know what, John, Steve, whatever, and I'm out of there. But I feel your pain. I get that as
it
well.
wrong all the time, man. It's infuriating. That's why I've had to change like my Twitter handle. It's Jamila.
Yeah, I know, right?
And like even every time I perform, like the host will always say Jamilah, and I'm like, oh, I hate to do this to you, mate, but it's actually Jamilah. So after I think it was the first year that I'd lived here, it got to a point where I was meeting people and they were like, oh, it's Jamilah. Yeah. And I'd be like, aha. So it worked.
But it's like Shaka. Shaka always introducing me. Shaka with 2 Ks. Shaka with 2 Ks.
It makes sense, man. Some people just need that extra help.
I get it. So what is it like for you now? So you mentioned earlier that you came down to London to introduce yourself, to make yourself known to the people in the industry.
Yep.
You've moved back to Newcastle.
Yeah.
Is there not the chance then either
that
you're forgotten or the new group that come in don't know who you are?
Come on, Lukan.
I'm
Forget
just
me.
asking.
What you talking?
You know what? I'm not saying me. I'm just saying others.
No, I do hear what you're saying, but I mean, I moved back, but I've never left. Like, I'm literally down every month.
Okay,
without
really?
fail. Yeah, I come down every single month.
And where'd you stay?
Enfield, because it's right next to the chocolate factory.
Okay, but you got friends there, or?
Well, that's the studio that I use.
So, but where do you actually stay? You don't stay in the studio.
Oh, I usually. Well, my best friend lives there as well, or I'll just stay in a hotel. So.
Really?
Yeah.
That's expensive.
I mean, it's not really.
Okay, fair enough.
No, I mean, it's just the travel lodge that I stay in.
That's still expensive.
I mean, compared to the prices that I was paying in Canary Wharf, it's not, like, I'm happy to pay that.
I forgot we already explained the fact that you're balling already.
No, I'm
so
not balling. Stop it. Stop
balling
telling
out.
the nation.
You don't even have to do music no more.
No, I love music.
So how long have you been singing for?
Well, I started singing when I was 19, and I'm 28 now.
Okay.
But I was in a girl band for the first 2 years.
Okay.
And then I left the girl band, and then I didn't really start singing until I finished uni 2012, and I was like, I'm moving to London 2013.
Why did you leave?
Well, it was a 4-piece girl band, and it just wasn't clicking. Like, we went on the X Factor. That was where the musical journey started. It was in 2009, the year Joe McElderry won.
Okay.
Well, he was a friend of ours, so we all went together.
Okay.
And we got to the last stage of boot camp, but the setup of the group, there was another girl who was taking the lead, and then Cheryl had said, "Oh, why don't JAMILAH, you do the lead?"
Okay.
And then when we did the next audition, we didn't change the setup, and Simon was like, "Obviously, you think that you don't need to take advice." He was like, "We'll give you advice, and you haven't taken it, so like this is the end of the road."
Really? Is that what he said?
That's what he said.
Is that what he said on camera?
Yeah. Well,
Really?
no, we didn't get shown though, but that is what he said.
Oh, wow.
They just showed one of my mates like falling to the floor, like in tears.
So hold a minute, you got to boot camp, but you didn't get shown on camera?
Mate, they don't show a lot of things.
Wow.
We got the last stage of boot camp as well. There's about 10 stages in that week.
Okay. What is boot camp? Boot camp is before the houses.
Yeah, so boot camp is like a week. It's a week long.
Yeah.
And you will get put in like a Novotel hotel.
Okay.
So these are like, they're like final, like the next set of finalists.
Yeah.
And then you do auditions every day, like sometimes 2 days.
Oh, really?
You've got to be up at 6 o'clock every morning downstairs, and you've got to sit and wait all day to get different instructions on what to do, different songs to pick, and then they'll put you with a group, then they'll put you with a different group, and then they'll just want everyone to mingle together, and it's just so many different soloists trying to work together as a group. It's
Yeah.
so many singers, like you can't go to the toilet without hearing
Oh,
4
right,
different
okay,
vocals.
yeah.
It's a nightmare.
Is it like The Apprentice, where you get a phone call in the morning, you got to run down? Yes, Sir Alan Sugar, and you got to run down and get yourself dressed really quickly. And
I've never seen The Apprentice.
have you never seen it?
It's just a strict rule. You have to be downstairs for 6. Like if you're not.
Oh,
there,
so you don't get a phone call. 6 o'clock you have to be downstairs.
Yeah, they don't call you. No way. They're like, this is where you need to be at this time, and then you have to, like, we did a lot of the auditions at the Hammersmith Apollo.
Okay.
Because it's just across the road from the Novotel, so it was just a walk there every day, and then you'd be getting back at like 9, and then you have to rehearse for the next audition at 6 o'clock the next day. It was.
Would you do it again?
I
As a
don't think I
soloist?
would.
No. Would you
don't
do the
think I would.
voice?
I mean, at the end of the day, they're not talent shows, they're TV shows. And I feel unless you're able to take that bit out of you and then kind of not invest so much in it,
Yeah.
then you're all right. But I'm too emotionally involved. Like,
Fair enough.
when I watch the X Factor, like, some of the best singers I've seen in the world, like, not even people like Whitney Houston, like, people of that caliber from London or Manchester or anywhere, they didn't even make it through the producer round. So they didn't even make it to the
it's true.
judges. And there's 4 auditions before the first judges audition.
Is it 4 of them?
4.
Wow.
4 rounds. So all of these terrible singers that
Yeah,
you're like, what?
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
they've been passed. They're
Yeah.
like, great people have been kicked out and
Yeah.
they're still there. Like,
Yeah.
and when you're in it, it's just infuriating.
Yeah.
So then we left the band, but we left X Factor, but we did some amazing things. Like, we supported GLS, Tyre Cruise, Lamar, like in England and Ireland
As a group?
as the group.
Okay.
Yeah, and then I think every time we did an event, they would always be drinking, and I don't drink. I don't know if you saw me Halo when I came in.
No,
But,
I didn't see it. I missed it,
It
sorry.
was just a case where I was
Do you not
babysitting
drink?
all the time. No, never.
Well, you're Geordie Shore.
I know. I'm obviously like a fake one.
Okay.
Yeah, so it kind of affected the relationship, because then it was a case where I was looking after them, and then the next day I was like, "Use was so annoying last night." And then I think I just sat down with my dad one day, and I was
Yeah.
like, I can't click with them. And he was like, "Would you be
Yeah.
best friends with them outside of the group?"
Yeah.
And I was like, "No." It was the easiest.
really?
It was the easiest question. He said, "Well, then it's not going to work, because you can't just be work colleagues. You have to be
Good
best
question.
friends as well, because
Yeah.
these are a band." So then I was like, right, I'm going to go solo.
Yeah.
And then I was like, when I finish uni, I have to go to London and do this properly. So I really started singing
Yeah.
2013. That's when I first went in the studio and started writing.
So how did your group get together then?
Well, they all went to my school.
Right.
So they'd gone on the previous year, the year that GLS won, and they'd got to the judges' houses with GLS.
Right.
But then they got kicked out of judges' houses and disbanded.
Uh-huh.
And obviously, I'd always sang in assembly and that, whenever the teachers would get
Yeah.
us up, but I wasn't singing.
Yeah.
And then one of them used to go out with me brother, and she rang us. She was like, "Did you see One X Factor?" I was like, yeah.
Yeah.
The whole school was talking about it.
Yeah.
And she was like, oh, would you join the band? And I'd literally just had my son, and I was like, oh.
Yeah.
I don't know. I was like, I mean, I can sing, but I'm not a singer.
Yeah.
And my mum was like, you might as well. Like, it'll give you something to do. And that's where it started.
Okay. So you're glad that you left the...
100%. Like, but if it wasn't for the group, they wouldn't have ignited that fire. Because I don't think I'd ever have chosen to sing unless I'd started singing.
Okay. So what year is it that you released your... Was it an EP or was it...
Long time coming.
Yeah.
Yes.
Was
it
an
was
EP?
2012, yeah.
How many tracks was it?
No, it wasn't 2012. I think it was 2013. I think there was about 8 tracks on there.
About 8 tracks. Were there 2 versions of it?
Yeah, well, there was an extra.
Because I've got a deluxe
Yeah,
edition.
there was a deluxe edition, so that was the other songs that weren't on there. So, like, some of the records, I think Battlefield of Love went on there.
Oh, was it not?
It wasn't on there.
Why not?
Because I'd done that after. So then I re-released that track because
I
it kind of just fallen into the backworks. And then I just put all the new stuff that I've been working on, like Us and stuff, they were made available. And I just put it together with the old EP so that people could still access the other music that I'd done.
I see. So that's 2012, you say?
Yeah.
Really? Bloody hell.
No, 2013 it would have been because I'd had all of that. That's what I'd been working on in 2013. So that was when I first started getting in the studio. So all of that was like me just...
That's ages ago then.
Ages
It doesn't feel like that.
I know, it doesn't like... It's 2018 in a
I
minute.
know, right?
I know.
It doesn't feel like it was so long ago.
I know. Time is just flown.
Okay, so I thought that we should get the lead track from that album.
Yes.
Or EP, sorry. And that was Battlefield of Love.
I love that song.
I couldn't remember what it was. I had to go and look at my list.
Oh, you're not on your job.
I know, right? I've got such a bad... I'm awful. So talk to me about that song, because I know you mentioned the fact that you love that song.
I absolutely love that song. And again, I worked on it with Knox Brown, who I worked on Us with.
Mm-hmm, okay.
And I don't know, it was one of the most amazing sessions I've ever had. Like, I had a chat, like, whenever I have a session, like, when I'm working with the songwriters and then the producers, like, we always have, like, a proper conversation, like a deep conversation, and I just talk about things that I'm going through, things that I've experienced, and we just kind of pulled loads of different ideas together and things that I'd gone through, and he just helped us make this song that I absolutely love.
Can I say, I actually preferred Us
Did you?
by a long shot.
Really?
Yeah, like, it wasn't close.
I like that. What?
Yeah, so
You're
I was
like,
all
I hate
surprised. Well, I wouldn't say that, but yeah. But no, not really.
Thanks, Lukan. You're killing it.
But no, so I was surprised that was the song that you went with,
Yeah.
especially after hearing Us.
You know what? And a few people have actually said I love Us, and I'm always surprised. And I don't know why, because I know it is a good song. Like, I think I just undermine everything else. Like, unless I absolutely love it as soon as I hear it, then
Do you feel you had more of an emotional attachment?
100%.
Yeah. Okay.
And I think I had more fun with Us, but it was more meaningful with Battlefield of Love. So I think that's why it kind of held it close to my heart.
Okay, let's play it. Back on the other side. This is Battlefield of Love.
Woo, woo.
JAMILAH is here in...
Oh my God! It's JAMILAH.
JAMILAH's here in the building.
Waves are crashing, my heart is aching, and time is running out. Whoa, my body's heavy. Can someone help me? I'm falling to the ground.
Battlefield of Love by JAMILAH. Here in the studio, here on Deja Vu FM. Time now is 1:49. You've got just over an hour left of us here in the studio before Brothers Incorporated take over with the Saturday Shakedown. In the background, you can hear Battlefield of Love. We're going to play one more track by JAMILAH before she goes. But before even that, we've got one thing to do. Now, I know JAMILAH listens to the show every single week religiously, so she'll know what's coming up right now. The karaoke challenge.
What?
Yeah, exactly, right?
The karaoke challenge.
The karaoke challenge. But obviously, it's not a surprise to you because, as I said, you listen to this show every single week religiously, and if you miss it, you go back and listen to the podcast
No,
because
the
you
thing
cannot
is,
afford.
on Saturday, I have to take my son to football, so I haven't really. Bring me and talk to me. What is it? Why am I getting nervous? Maybe palms are getting sweaty.
Wrong answer. Right.
Talk to me.
Okay, right. So, karaoke challenge is really easy. Basically, you pick a number. Now, I realised the other day, because I had to get a new computer and everything, so some of the instrumentals are missing, and I haven't had a chance to update them, so you might get lucky, or unlucky, or wherever you see fit. But basically, you pick a number, I give you the lyrics that correlate with that number, and I play the instrumental, and you sing along. It's very easy. It's that easy. So all the songs are very well-known songs. Apart from last week when we had Nuria Alfonso here in the studio and she didn't even know Bad by Michael Jackson. Awful.
No.
I swear to God.
Shocking. We should've kicked her
Awful, right?
out. Yeah, 100%.
Anyway, are you ready?
Okay, let's do this.
Right, so pick a number between... Go on.
If I don't get the number, if I don't get it, come on, change.
We'll cross that bridge when we come to
Or
it.
anything.
What I can even do for you, I can even play the track in advance so you get a feel for the track so it just jogs your memory if need be.
No, that's cheating.
Well, it's not. It's helpful. Yeah, we'll try and help. I even will, if I've got a second set of lyrics, I'll even help where I can.
You'll sing along.
Do your BVs if I need to.
I would love that.
Yeah? Okay, cool. Right. Pick a number. I've not even sorted these out since last week. Pick a number between 1 and 13.
8.
8. Right, let's see if we can dig up number 8. What is number 8? That's number 6. That is number 9, which would mean the one in front of it should be number 8. No, that's number 6. Shame. See, I've not even sorted these out since last week.
See, somebody's unprepared.
I'm so, I've had such a bad 2 weeks. I've not been prepared for anything. Okay, right, so I'm really struggling right here. I should have started this out ages ago. You know what? And they're going to tell me that 8 is why would you pick 8 of all the numbers? I can find everything else.
I'll change my number.
No, don't change it. Don't change it. After all this, I better have the instrumental for it. Okay, you'll like this one.
Will I?
Yeah, let me just make sure I've got the instrumental for it. You're lucky. So what I've done is I've got like some ballads in there and I've got some grime in there. And I'm hoping all the singers get the grime. And all
my God, have I got a grime record?
I'll let you know.
Because I'm not even a rapper, I mean, I've tried in front of the mirror.
I'll let you know where it is. I think you like this one actually.
I'm terrible with it, even my own songs.
Oh dear, I'm struggling to find this one now. Hold on a minute. While I look for this, let people know where they can get hold of you if they need to.
Hopefully you've liked my band of the day, because I'm full of it, really. And I live on social media, so if you're on Snapchat, Instagram, Twitter, it's at JAMILAH Music. Facebook, it's JAMILAH Official. SoundCloud, it's JAMILAH Music. And my official website is jamilahmusic.com, so that's got links to everything on there.
Cool. And here is your karaoke challenge. Let people know what it is.
Oh my gosh, yes! It's Say My Name! All right, come on.
Okay, right. So with this song, I'm going to warn you, it comes in straight away. There's no like 8 bar, nothing like that. It comes in straight, well, not straight away. I think you got like 2 or 4 bar, whatever it might be. And then you're straight in.
All right, okay.
Okay? Are you prepared?
Well, there's no introduction.
Not really. It comes straight in after about 2 or 4 bars. I can't remember off the top of my head, but it's very, very quick.
All right, give us a head for when it comes, for when I should be starting.
You ready?
I think so.
Let me turn the volume here. Just so you can hear
yourself. Yeah, it needs to be loud so I can like get in the zone.
It will be louder. As soon as I press play, it'll be louder.
All right, come on, Deja Vu, let's have it.
In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Say my name, if no one is around you. Say, baby, I love you if you ain't running game. You acting kinda shady and calling me baby. Why the sudden change? If no one is around you, say, baby, I love you if you ain't running game.
Say my name.
You acting kinda shady and calling me baby. Every other day is yeah, okay. Could it be the truth of the good? Every other word is yeah, okay. Could it be the truth? Or at the crib with another lady? If you took it there, first of all, let me say, I am not the one to sit around and be played. So move yourself to me. I'm the girl that you pay. Why don't you say the things?
Yesterday,
I've lost my place. Sun's going down, it's the way it seems. You did have it. Nobody said you're back from me. It said everything to me times 2. Nobody's trying to tell me who. Say my name, if no one is around you. Say, baby, I love you if you ain't running game.
Say my name, say my name.
You acting kinda shady and calling me baby. Why the sudden change?
Say my name, say my name.
If no one is around you, say, baby, I love you if you ain't running game.
Say my name, say my name.
You acting kinda shady and calling me baby.
Around. I don't know where you are.
Where am I?
I don't know where you are.
I'm a girl that you play. Why don't you say the thing that you said to me yesterday?
don't know who you are.
Yeah, okay. Could it be that you are the crib with another lady?
Really?
If you took it there, I'm just making it work. Let me tell you, why don't you say the same? Did you say to me yesterday? Look
I
at
know you said that you'll see me things.
sun's going down, it's the way it seems.
Something to be the reason to act to change.
If nobody told you back for me,
Told you know how you do.
you said everything to me is true.
Baby, I told the truth, but somebody there that
Tell me who.
That was good.
really hard.
You done good.
Why is there no spaces like for the verses?
I just copied it from Google. That's all
I mean, that's all mad, mate.
Oh,
Not
well.
a single gap for the
But
verses.
you know, I've never tried to read it, so I just hand it over.
You know what? We did it, mate. That's
You
it.
did good.
Next show in London, me and you, say my name.
100%. Next album, I think you should put it on it. Remix our own
Obviously
version.
with you though.
Obviously, standard.
Oh my god, I never want to hear that back.
It was brilliant. One more time, let people know your socials, all that good stuff.
Jamilah Music, thank you so much everyone for listening. Jamilah Music on Snapchat, Twitter, Instagram, Jamilah Official on Facebook, and JamilahMusic.com for the website with links to absolutely everything. Thank you, Lukan.
And we're going to sign up with your brand new single. What is it called?
It's called Insta and it's on iTunes, Apple Music, Deezer, everything. So download and stream it now, and the video is on YouTube. Jamilah
Thank you.
Insta.